Hi everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today I would like to share my experience of using this newly released Topping B200 monoblocks amplifier I've been using in my system for quite a while. They are retail for about $600 each here in the United States. As far as I can see, it appears to be balanced Class AB design using good quality capacitors and transistors in there like Nichicon and Omrons and all that. Most impressive thing is the way that they design the cooling function of this, similar to very well-known Topping LA90, but this one is monoblock amplifier designed with 12-volt triggers, which is highly appreciated feature in this kind of monoblocks amplifiers in general. And next thing is it has 3 balanced inputs. You can use either XLR or TRS cable for that. To select the inputs, I have to push the front button for balance inputs 1, 2, 3. So very simple operation. And it also has different gain functions like low gain and high gain functions. High gain is 22 dB, low gain is 11.6 dB gain. So you can do the slider switch in the back. Most of my listening, I use high gain setting, which works well with my Accuphase E4000 preamplifier stage. But low gain setting is probably they included that feature if you want to pair with sensitive speakers. So that is a very good feature to have. Most of my music listening, I started off with the Schiit Audio Freya Plus tube balance preamplifier stage, and it sounded a bit thin pairing with this Topping B200 amps. Running them in and break it in, and then I moved it over here. Pairing components are, as usual, Sony Music Server connecting USB cable to Eversolo DMB A8, Ride cable Daedalus XLR cable to Accuphase E4000 pre-stage, and balance XLR connection to this B200 amps that you can see here. So I'm using Vibox VS901 speaker cables for this combination, and that's how exactly you will hear in Sound Sample with this S1EX towers. The reason is I choose this S1EX tower is many amplifiers can't bring the best out of this S1EX towers in general. Okay, so that's why I like to show it off the way that this B200 capability, because it has very clear and transparent sound. You will get everything back as it recorded, total honesty and revealing sound that this B200 will deliver back to you. It is very musical in my system, pairing with my components, sound staging, depth, width, absolutely quiet background with very nice separation. I mean, good time to be audiophiles in general, particularly amplifier like this B200 is absolute joy to listen. It doesn't have any coloration, absolute transparency, and great noise performance. You will not find any affordable amplifier with 145 dB signal to noise ratio. That is super impressive. I mean, that is totally shown in sound reproduction as well. When you're listening to it, absolute quiet background that it may not be total darkness. Probably that is due to power supply in my opinion. So if they have much better power supply with nice transformers and all that, then we will get there. As of right now, it's very quiet. Only a little downside is, for me at least, is immediacy and attack is not as up to my reference Accuphase E4000 or this Musicshare X9 300B tube amp. So not that kind of bass attack or immediacy that it will deliver. That is also more to do with power supply and damping factors and all that. So when you pair with right pairing, you will get incredible sound, pretty much suitable to any type of components or any type of speakers in general, because that sound is transparent. So only thing you have to be careful with them is you don't want to be pairing them with bright sounding speaker. That's it. Other than that, you will have joy of listening to it, right? Maybe you might want slightly better, deeper bass attack, right? But they do deliver that, but not to the extent of my reference amplifiers in general. For the price of $1,200 for pair them, that's bargain in my opinion, because absolute transparent sound with very good power delivery. Because I pushed it pretty hard, right? You will see here that I took a little bit of a recording of when I'm pushing it above 95, 98 dB range that you will see here. Surprisingly, when you reach above 95 dB range, it's still composed, well defined, and refinements and everything is still there. Incredible. That is unheard of in all the amplifier in this price range. It's very hard to do, my friend. I give it up to like $3,000-$4,000 amplifier. You try to push it up to 9800 dB range, most of them will fail you. It will get noisy and shouty, and maybe some amplifiers starting to shut down. So those kind of situation is never happen. On my AccuPhase gain, it should be around like 25, I think. I raised it. I was surprised by it. This is incredible. The way that it can deliver, well composed, even for that kind of extreme loudness that I play with it. It's not only loud, it has, I was playing bass heavy tracks from Daft Punk's and Dua Lipa's and those kind of music. After I reach above 95, 98 dB range, it's starting to show it's running out of juice a little bit, time to time, with probably a protection circuit kicking in. So other than that, I mean, still very well composed and refined sound that you will hear. Man, this is incredible. I wish that I had this amp when I started this hobby, right? So to me, you can get very good sound out of this B200 mono amps. Plus, they are capable of using in studio as well, thanks to that gain setting and all the TRS and XLR balance connections that you can use with. Plus, you got 12-volt trigger, so which is very convenient feature. So price is great, performance is incredible, sound quality is transparent and revealing, with great price that you can get is absolute great buy, my friend. Highly recommended. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Did you say I've got a lot to learn? Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn. Since this is the perfect spot to learn, so teach me tonight. Starting with the ABC of it, right down to the XYZ of it. Help me solve the mystery of it. So teach me tonight. The sky is a blackboard, one last song.